So I have this toy electric car, Bronco, that the kids like to drive around. And if you have an issue where when you switch the start and it does not do that and it's just dead, I'll show you what to look at. First thing I want to check is my charging cable. As you can see here, the insulation is pulled back out of the sleeve, and I've made a repair in the past and it just keeps doing it because the kids keep grabbing this part and pulling on the wires. Anyway, so we want to patch this up and then see if this charger is still working. So the way I do it, I just separate this out the way I've done in the past, and then get a new piece of electrical tape down in there in between them so that these two wires cannot short out, and then I just wrap it. So there's currently enough insulation between the two to go ahead and safely wrap it. And I kind of leave it spaced out so that it's kind of wide. Smash it down. Now you would think that would hold, but eventually the kids pulling on it will get it pulled back down again. So just keep an eye on that part. So this part will require a digital multimeter. I got mine here and I'm going to set it to DC volts. Let it come up, and then let's put the probes on the inside of here and see what it reads. Alright, there. So it's putting out voltage, 13.92 volts. So we're good. Go ahead and take off your seat. Your battery is under here. Turn that sideways. And then, there we go. Oh boy, kids have been playing with the dirt. Go ahead and take out this strap across the battery on the top there. Alright, that's up and out. So now let's go ahead and unplug the battery and just check the battery to see what the voltage is on the battery. So just all you gotta do is grab this and pull it apart, just like the plug for the charger. And check the battery volts. Yeah, 13.31 volts on the battery, so the battery's good. Alright, if you want to check the charger to make sure it's actually making its way all the way to the battery, you can plug it back in to the car here and then check on this other side to see if it's actually making it all the way through. There. There's a meter reads on this. 13.92, so the charger is getting the volts to the battery. So say you don't have your charging volts coming to this point, then that means there's some issue between your plug and there's some wiring issue. But if you have your charging volts and you do not have your battery volts, so there's something wrong inside your battery here. Alright, so let's take the battery out. And there is a fuse up inside the lid of the battery. So the way you get to that fuse is just get your fingers under a part here and then pull out, and it will unsnap from the top part here. So you want to pull from up here, and then it will, there you go, unsnap, and then you can get to this part. So under here, if one of these spade connectors comes loose, that'll give you the problem where you do not see the battery volts. And then there is a fuse right there. So let's check that out. So if you want, you can disconnect the battery, and then just to check to see if the battery is the problem first, you can go ahead and get your meter back out and then check the voltage across the two terminals on the battery to see if that's your problem, which I'm pretty sure that's not the problem with this because we already checked it. But see, I got voltage on the battery, Up to 13 volts, so we're good with the battery. So let's go ahead and check out what's going on underneath this part here. You got this fuse inside this little capsule. Get a screwdriver, open up that capsule. Right there's your fuse. And if you get a replacement fuse for that, then you can replace it. So that, if that was bad, it would keep you from seeing the battery volts on the outside there. So you can take this off, and it looks like it's a fancy looking fuse, but I bet you could just use a regular spade fuse there. This one says it is rated at 40 amps. So there's a 40 at the very top there. And the way you would replace that is you just unplug it from both ends of the spade connectors here. So I'm gonna put it back together because mine's good. So if you want to do a measurement across the fuse to see if it's good, go ahead and turn on your multimeter. I'm going to turn it all the way to ohms, which is that symbol right there. Oh, it's not happy with me. Got it all the way to ohms. Mine says ouch when it's on ohms and it's open. And then you just put your probe from one side of the fuse to the other, so there's little tabs on the top that you can get your meter on. And then it should read, yeah, very low ohms, so below 1 ohm. Mine shows 0.2, so that's a good fuse. If yours just stays open showing infinite ohms or ouch or however yours shows it, the different meters show it different ways, and you know that's a bad fuse.